HarperCollins presents A Class Act, Life as a Working Class Man in a Middle Class World. Written and read by me, Rob Beckett. This book is for Lou and the girls. If it weren't for you three, this book would have been written so much quicker. You really are a drain on resources. In all seriousness, Lou, you're my world, and without you and the girls, I would have nothing. Long, empty days of nothing. Thank you for growing and delivering our beautiful daughters, and for making sure our home is filled with laughter and smiles every day. You're also really fit, which helps. Would now be a good time to ask for a pass to go to Vegas with my mates to watch the boxing? Okay, sure, that's a bit cheeky. How about we settle on a golf trip to Portugal instead? Agreed? Great stuff. Author's note. Before we start, I'd like to say to my family and especially my mum and dad that I love you more than anything. You have been wonderful parents, so please don't be angry about the stories I tell in this book. Be thankful for the ones I left out. No one wants to be visiting Dad in Pentonville. The Blackwall Tunnel is a nightmare at the moment. Introduction. Fuck me, it's hard writing a book. The stuff I've done in order to put off sitting down to write this is unbelievable. However, the positive I can take from this is that I've absolutely smashed my to-do list. Unload dishwasher, done. Hang up washing, done. Clean hamster cage, done. It's remarkable that I would rather scoop up the shit and piss of a rodent than write a book. I think it's always hard to write a book, even for people that do it all the time. Authors, I think they're called. I'm sure John Grisham must think to himself, I can't be asked to describe what a courtroom looks like anymore. There are loads of wood panelling and serious-looking people. Let's crack on. For me, the difficulty is that every time I start to type, a part of my brain tells me I can't. Rob, you can't do this. You're a stupid little fat kid from a working-class family in South East London. This is a thought that pops into my head when I attempt most things. I originally believed this crippling self-doubt was part of my personality, down to genes, luck of the draw, whatever you want to call it. However, as time has passed, I've come to think it might be something else. I now believe it's because I was born working class. As much as we laugh it off, there is a huge class divide in this country, between the varying types of privilege and lack of it. Confidence and opportunity are not a luck-of-the-draw commodity. They are normally inherited or maybe bought from previously successful generations, through education and assets. Seeing is believing, and if you have never seen any friends or family members write a book or talk about writing a book, what would make you think it is achievable or even possible? It's not something we do. Growing up, there were members of my family and friends who didn't read books and in some cases couldn't read, full stop. Their grammar was so limited that they would end a sentence by saying the words, full stop, out loud. That's why it's so important to me to write this book, and why I'm so excited about it. I could have hired a ghostwriter to do it for me. That process would involve me having a few chats on Zoom with the ghostwriter, telling them some stories, and then they would go away and put it down on the page as if I'd written it. I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. This is a challenge for me that I want to meet on my own. That way it breaks the chain of being scared and fearful of achieving things in an environment where you're told that you don't belong. When I hear people talk about legacy and providing for their future generations, for me that's not about acquiring wealth to pass down. I want to set an example to my kids and grandkids that there are no boundaries. If you want to do something or be something, no matter what people say, you can do it. If I can help my kids become fearless and full of self-belief, that will be my greatest achievement. Passing down a house or money is irrelevant, because if you believe in yourself and you work hard, the money comes. However, the money could have really come in handy for me at the start of my career. I'm not saying it would have made me funnier, but if my parents had bought me a flat in central London, then I would have been able to do a lot more gigs and not spend about a quarter of my life on the night bus home. It's not just my brain that has told me I was useless. When I was 4 at my first ever primary school parents' evening, my teacher said to my mum, Susan Beckett, aka Big Suze, well, where do we start with Robert? He's never going to be a high flyer or a high achiever. I suggest you get down the early learning centre and get some shapes and start him off with them. In the teacher's defence, I still don't know what a hexagon is. 6 or 7 sides. Who cares about shapes? Once you've nailed a circle and a square, you're pretty much ready for life. I'm far more interested in other things, like exposing mango chutney. Let's face it, people, it's a jam. Posing as a chutney so it can sell more because chutney sounds healthier than jam. No one would put jam on a curry. There, I said it. I look forward to the legal letters from the Mango Chutney Association. Back to parents' evening. Hearing a teacher say that you'll never be a high flyer opened deep wounds and created a severe lack of self-confidence. It was a brutal moment in my development that I have never really processed, as it was too upsetting to explore. Even now, as a fully grown adult writing a book, I feel compelled to distract from the bleak information with a comedic observation about mango chutney and my problems with its marketing. I've always used humour to distract from bad news or feelings.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?